this is one of the fashion textile studios, and we've got a mixture of costume, fashion and textiles. And this, all the work that you're seeing in here, the fashion and costume work, of which if you come over here, this is a lovely example of some historical costume work. And if you spin around on your heel, you'll see that this is showing some beautiful contemporary fashion work that's reflecting surrealism. We've got a range of beautiful millinery that's been produced by one of the textile students. This is really looking at the circus, how the circus have come into being, the traditional circus, the development of. This is the second room of the work showing the work of the fashion, textiles and costume students. If you turn here, this is the work that Catherine Disney has produced, and she's actually been looking at skin diseases, and so she's looking at things like psoriasis, skin diseases, and she's transferred her findings into these incredible designs. All the students, as you can see here, they've also styled and photographed their own work. This piece of work here, this is in fact a student that's going on to a degree course that's going to look at fashion promotion, and this is actually going to have a projection here of flowing white silk. And these students have had an opportunity to write their own project brief, to create the work. The students, as we speak, basically at 12:15 today, they will be submitting for grading their workbooks, their sketchbooks, and they will come into us for grading. And all I can say is that we always achieve high standards, but this year we've maintained it. I think we've excelled it. But this is not something that I wanna write down at The work in here is the work under the guidance of Steve White, our fine art tutor, and it's so fantastic to see this amount of painting, figurative work. We've also got abstract, and it really puts our course in its own sort of little orbit, because there's so few people or so few foundation courses that promote painting, and we've just got I think some of the best painting we've had in many, many years.
If we move around, we've got the work of a student called Amanda Boorman, a 43-year-old mature student. Hasn't done painting since before GCSE, but as you can see here, come up with some absolutely magnificent works based on members of her family. Looking down this way, Steph, one of our 2-year students who's still only 17, come up with a project. It's basically a simple premise, it's just walking the dog, but we've got a student sort of moving a little bit towards the abstract, using again sort of close friends as subjects. This student, Alex, is absolutely fanatical about his celestial geometry, no less, and wonderful use of colour. I mean, they're incredible sort of works in terms of attention to detail.
Yeah.
abstract work here by William Midgley. I mean, this really is top-notch stuff. And then we get a blast of some gestural painting here, Heather Glue's work. Environmental studies, really nothing sort of photographic about them, but at all. It's all about using paint, the paint medium. Round over here we've got a student, Alistair, who's actually been placed at Harvard University to study the visual arts, liberal arts I should say. I think it's a bit more broad than that. He's made an animated sequence of which we've got some stills over here. A very, very creative use of the most basic sort of to hand materials, just little bits of old wood. And